2022 is going to be an exciting year for all Apple fans out there. They have some amazing new products coming out, and we're feeling like a kid in a candy store. So what can you expect from Apple in 2022? In this video, we're showing you 7 great Apple products that are about to come out. If you love technology like us, make sure to subscribe to get all the latest technology news. We got you covered. Let's jump in. Number 7. The iPhone SE. Announced in March of this year, the iPhone SE is the newest iPhone in Apple's lineup. Unfortunately, Apple waited around 3 years to update the original iPhone SE before the 2020 model was released, and now, after 2 years, Apple is going to launch a new model. The iPhone SE is Apple's cheapest iPhone and is loved by the budget-conscious user. It's been around since 2016, and in 2022, Apple introduced the 3rd generation version with an improved A-series chip and 5G connectivity. Although reviewers have praised the performance of this model, some have felt the lack of night mode in the camera and disliked the old design. Nevertheless, the SE range is an excellent way for people who want to experience the iOS mobile operating system without crashing their budget.
This phone is going to perform the same way it does today, as it does in 2 years, as it does in 4, 5, maybe 6 years, and that is a priority for an iPhone SE buyer, which is the longevity.
Number 6. The iPhone 14. Over the last couple of years, Apple has released at least 3 new iPhones annually, leaving us biting our nails to see how they've improved. If Apple follows its iPhone launch time pattern, we can expect the new iPhone 14 in the last quarter of this year. Isn't it strange how Apple releases a phone, people rush to get their hands on it, and before long, the anticipation of an upgrade takes a stand? Apple authorities are yet to say a word about the iPhone 14 launch. We're hoping to hear an announcement soon, but since Apple typically unveils new iPhones around the same time each year, we'll likely see the iPhone 14 arrive in September 2022. So what is there to expect from this model? Since 2017, iPhones with Face ID have had a notch at the front to house all the necessary equipment for facial scanning, but that's set to change with the launch of the iPhone 14. The 2022 iPhone 14 Pro models is expected to eliminate the notch in favor of a new design. It looks like Apple will go with some combination of a circular hole punch cutout for the camera paired with a pill-shaped cutout to house key Face ID components. Only time will tell whether people love this change in the standard iPhone look or not. The iPhone 14 camera will not be left untouched, and we will likely see a new periscope mode option. In addition, Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo believes that the 2022 Pro iPhone models will feature a 48-megapixel wide camera, which would significantly improve the current 12-megapixel camera and 8K video recording capabilities. Number 5. The M2 processing chip. The M1 chip was quite impressive in the eyes of the computing world, with high-class performance. This year, Apple is set to release the M2 chip in the second half of 2022. However, the new MacBook Air 2022 could show up at the Apple WWDC 2022 event in June, with an Apple M2 chip reportedly powering it. According to rumors, the 13-inch MacBook Pro 2022 will also pack an M2 chip. The Apple M2 chip is still a mystery, but it's expected to power a new crop of Macs, possibly released in the latter half of the year. The new M2 chip may be seen to power the new MacBook Air 2022, Mac Mini 2022, MacBook Pro 2022, and iPad Pro 2022, though it's unclear which devices will be launched first. As with the M1, it seems Apple is testing 4 flavors of M2. Alongside the regular M2, there are what appear to be Pro, Max, and Ultra variants. Number 4. AirPods Pro 2. Demand for the 3rd generation AirPods is significantly weaker than for the 2nd generation AirPods, resulting in Apple reducing its 3rd generation AirPods orders from suppliers by at least 30% in the 2nd to 3rd quarter of this year. However, the chip-powered audio-related functions like active noise cancellation and improvements to this technology could improve battery life for a longer listening time per charge. The Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo also previously claimed that the new AirPods Pro charging case will be able to emit a sound to help users find it when misplaced. This is a much-needed feature indeed. In addition, the charging case of AirPods Pro 2 will likely have water resistance like the 3rd generation AirPods charging case. Number 3. The iPad Pro. In March, the Apple's peak performance event came and went, with only a new iPad Air 5 making an appearance. But we can still expect an iPad Pro launch later this year. With the first quarter of this year already behind us, we can expect some news about the iPad Pro launch and possible features soon. It is speculated that we will see its launch happening in the fall of this year, and it is also expected to be equipped with the new M2 chip. The iPad supposedly will be launched in two sizes, 11 inches and 12.9 inches. The camera that will be featured is going to be like the iPhone 13 setup, which will provide top-notch quality and cinematic mode of video. Number 2. The MacBook Air with M2. The yet-to-be-launched MacBook Air is believed to be thinner and lighter than the current MacBook Air version. Apple is going for a more uniform design than the current thicker at the back, tapered at the front look. Plus, the machine will have slim off-white bezels with a matching off-white keyboard. MacBook Air may also have a mini LED display like the MacBook Pro, but the adaptation will be limited to the Pro versions only, and the standard MacBook Pro will continue with an LCD display. The next generation MacBook Air is expected to have the same 1080p camera used in the MacBook Pro. It's an improvement over the current 720p camera and will be enhanced with Apple's chip's image signal processor. Still, it isn't as good as the camera quality available on iPhones and iPads. Number 1. The Apple Watch. New and upgraded Apple Watches may also enter this year, as Apple is rumored to launch a Series 8 smartwatch. The watch will likely be a mid-range Apple Watch SE 2 and a sports edition. Some features that the watch may have is a temperature sensor, sleep apnea detection, car crash detection, and atrial fibrillation improvements. Apple is going for a rugged casing with a new watch that is aimed at athletes, hikers, and other users who will use it in extreme conditions. With the success of Apple's previous watches, this new upgrade will undoubtedly follow the trend and set new standards of style and purpose. With each passing year, Apple adds some stunning features to its devices and operating systems, so its users can have a wonderful technological experience. And with the same hope, we're expecting that the company will not disappoint this year. That's it for this video. If you liked it, please show your appreciation by subscribing and pressing the like button. Tell us in the comments section what improvements you are expecting from Apple this year. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.